Hey folks, I have some bad news. Everyone is too busy to swim with me, so I have to swim by myself. And I got hungry, so I made more food. And I suck at making food, so I just started throwing stuff together and ended up with a clusterfuck. I don't know what else to call it. My roommates are too busy to go swimming. They're as busy as I am. I'm the ultimate busy. So I was busy all day. I got up at 8 in the morning. I went to bed at like 2:30 or 3. It was storming like crazy. The lightning was loud as shit. My friend's phone kept going off with these stupid storm warning messages. It was making this loud, obnoxious noises. It wouldn't stop. Luckily, I had earplugs in, so it didn't really bother me. But it was bothering him. I could hear him go, "Oh, come on, shut up, what the hell?" I guess he doesn't know how to put his phone on silent. It's kind of funny. Just hearing him make all these weird reaction noises every time I heard that stupid severe storm weather warning notification. Kept blowing up his phone. And then I just heard him like getting pissed off in the background, even though I had earplugs in. I could still hear him get annoyed. He's like, "Ah!" His phone is like on full blast all the time and it's right next to his face. I had to go to the mechanic today at like 10 a.m. They recharged the AC, checked some other crap. Everything's good on my car. Other than the transmission and the fact that there's no door on the side. And the rear window is busted. So I've been really busy trying to get a new car. I think I have one picked out. I've been testing a couple cars. One of them passed my 4-point inspection. I gotta make a decision because something kind of surprising happened. I found someone to buy the van and I wasn't expecting to get anything out of it. And the condition that van was in, I would be shocked to get like $200 out of it. But this dealership bought the van off me for $1,000. I didn't think I was going to get anything out of it because it was so crappy. I got $1,000. That is pretty good for knowing how bad a shape it was in because I only paid a couple thousand for it. And after all the abuse that I put it through, all the miles, all the extra miles because it was already high miles, there's no door on it. Broken window on the back because when the door fell off, it hit the window and shattered the rear window. Transmission is really awful. Most of the buttons don't even work. None of the windows roll down. It's scrap metal at best. So it's like around 3:30, maybe 4 p.m. right now. I've been up since 8 a.m. and going out all day, doing shit. And I finally got home and I was able to eat something. I didn't know what to make. I hate making food. So I just threw some rice into the rice cooker. And now I got rice. And I threw some cheese onto some lunch meat, threw it in the microwave, and made a quick, crappy protein roll-up, I guess you could call it. Honey ham. It was a pain in the ass for me to make videos for a few days because I didn't have access to stable internet. Because at the time I was using a mobile hotspot and I only had like 120 gigs of data on it. And the thing that was kind of annoying is that half of the stuff that I would try to load, it wouldn't even load. Like half the time I'd go on like a social media thing or I'd go on this or that. Like half the time it would load, the other half the time it would act like there's no internet connection. Like what the fuck? But now I have actual high-speed internet, so I can upload these videos in full glorious 4K, 60 FPS, HDR. And the internet is so fast, it doesn't matter how big the file size is. This video could end up being 20 minutes, and it could be like a 10 gigabyte file, just a random guess. And I could still upload it in like 10 or 20 minutes. So that basically means that I can go back to making videos even more. Instead of making a couple of videos and then it's like I have to find some sort of open internet somewhere else that's gonna work and I'm not gonna waste all my data. I have to go find a public hotspot somewhere and then sit there for a couple hours waiting for this stupid video to upload. Now I can upload all the videos I want. I don't have to wait around anymore. I can go back to just making more videos. So yeah, just hanging out at the pool, drinking some orange soda. It says this is sparkling water, but it actually really tastes like soda. This kind of thing, it tastes more like soda over sparkling water. Because when I think of sparkling water, I just think of basically like water, like carbonated water with hardly any flavor to it. Like it just basically tastes like carbonated water with maybe a slight hint of some sort of flavor. But this, the carbonation is a lot stronger and the flavor is a lot stronger. They have like over 30 different flavors of this clear American soda. And it doesn't really taste like sparkling water. Like this isn't what I think of. Like I don't think of sparkling water when I drink this. This tastes more like soda, but it's called flavored sparkling water beverage. But I've had sparkling water before, especially those in a can, and it literally tastes like water. with a slight hint of whatever flavor they put in it. So that's why I like this. 0 calories, there's no color in it. They have way too many flavors. Right now I like the orange cream flavor the best. I've always loved orange cream. There was a couple other flavors that I liked really well too. I don't remember which ones those were. Oh, I don't feel like thinking right now. I've been busy all day, and thinking requires being busy. So right now in this busy video, I'm just talking about my busy day, what I've been so busy with. This is a long video. I tend to make long videos. It's not very often that I make a kind of video that's in between. A lot of my videos are either really short or really long. So, to elaborate more on my living situation, the house that I was in with my friend, that's a temporary rental. I was living with him, but he was only supposed to be in that house for like a few months because his real house that he lived in since we were teenagers, his house burned down, but his house has a pool. That's why I've been making videos basically at like 2 or 3 different houses because I'm all over the place. But the house that we're living in right now, it was a temporary rental that was covered by the insurance because luckily he had homeowner's insurance and it was fully covered. So we're rebuilding his house as we speak. And it should be done sometime next month. But his house that burnt down is the one that has the pool. So that's why we're always going to his old house to go swimming, even though the house is ruined. Well, now it's not really ruined. They're already almost finished building it. They're almost done rebuilding it. They should be completely finished next month. Like, they got all the new walls up. All that's really left is the drywall and plaster and some stuff like that. They just need to wrap up the wall, put the flooring in. And that's really about it. So like I said, should be finished sometime next month, and then I'll be sure to make a house tour video because we're going to be going back to that house. So I'll be making a lot of videos there and at the pool. But at his temporary rental house that he's been in for a few months while they've been rebuilding his old house, that house doesn't have a pool. The backyard is honestly kind of boring. I mean, the backyard's clean, it looks nice, it's just boring. It's just dirt. And like a fireplace and like a stone grill back there and some other stuff. It's kind of basic and plain looking. It's just dirt in the gravel, that's it. There's no grass like over here we have in this backyard I'm in now. There's gravel everywhere and trees and bushes and grass. I mean, that's a whole other video of its own. I'll show you that in another video. I'm busy talking about this right what we're doing right now. I'm busy talking about his house that's being rebuilt and the rental that he's been staying in, and he's been letting me stay there for like a couple months. But the living situation at that house is temporary for both of us. So basically, here's the scoop. We're going next month. We're gonna go to his old house when they're done rebuilding it. And I'll make videos there. I'll do a whole house tour and everything. And I'll probably end the video with jumping in the pool. But I'm probably not going to stay there very long because it's expensive. It's a big house. I can't afford it. So I'm trying to find my own place, something small, something affordable that's suitable just for one person. I really don't need a whole lot of space. So I'm just looking into something that's cheap and affordable, preferably not in the ghetto. I don't know what to do yet. I'm just taking it day by day. My van's gone, finally. Kind of sucks. Because as crappy as that van was, it was a lot of fun. I drove it all the way to Kansas, and I drove it all the way back to the desert. I drove like 2 states away. It made it like halfway across the country and back, which makes no sense because of how bad of shape it's in. You'd think, no way would it make it that far. But not only did it make it that far, but it made it all the way back. Like, when I went all the way halfway across the country, if I ever were to go back to the desert for whatever reason, I thought for sure I was going to have to just dump it off at a scrapyard and see what I could get out of it, and then buy a plane ticket. I thought that's what I was probably going to have to do. But I ended up driving it back, and after I put fresh transmission oil in it, it was actually a lot quicker to get back. It took like 3 days to get there the first time, but it only took like a day and a half to get back, because that transmission oil really made a difference. The transmission oil was really old and worn out, and especially after driving all the way over there the first time, the transmission oil was like almost black. What are you looking at, you stupid dog? You're gonna come out here just to start shit? How did that dog even get out here? I thought I closed the stupid door. You're gonna come out here just to bark at me, aren't you? Yeah, you can't even make eye contact with me, because you're a little bitch. Yeah, the transmission oil was like almost black. It looked like sludge. So I put brand new transmission oil in it for like, I think it only cost like $60 or $70. They gave me a good deal because normally it costs like over $100. I brought my own transmission oil, so that's why it cost a little bit less, but they still gave me a good deal. It was a little bit cheaper than usual. Whatever. I've never changed my transmission oil before. I thought that would last like forever, but knowing how bad the transmission is, it's kind of something that I should have done sooner rather than later. You got a problem, you stupid dog? This dumb dog keeps going in and out of the doggy door. Somehow the dog took the cover off. So I blocked it for a reason, so I can make this video in peace and eat my damn food. This fucking dog keeps trying to come over here and eat my food. He's like growling at me. Get your own food, you stupid freeloader. Stay where you are. You're not eating my rice. But yeah, that van was a lot of fun, even though it was annoying and it was garbage. It had more mechanical problems than any vehicle I have ever had in my life. Car, bike, it doesn't matter. I've never had any motor vehicle that had so many mechanical problems, so many electrical problems, just problems in general. It's ridiculous. But despite all that, despite how bad of condition it was in, I've never had so much fun with a car before. I took all the seats out, I slept in it, I traveled in it, I used it for storage. You could fit anything in there. That van, if you take all the seats out, which I did, you could fit like almost anything in there. I put a mattress in there. I put all of my stuff in there. Everything that I had fit in there easily, including the mattress, and I still had room to sleep in it too. Had a sunroof. It was literally like a mini RV. That's what it felt like. The inside of the van, after I took all the seats out, it felt like a mini RV. It had little armrest shelves and things you could pop open to put little things in, and cup holders everywhere. It had lights from back to front. And even when the door fell off, as much as that sucked, it was fun when my friend and another friend, like, we would always be driving around, and sometimes I let him drive and I would sit in the back and I would just like kind of let my foot hang out the side of the door as we were driving over to the lake. And then he would have to drive back at the end of the night because I was drunk. So I would just be like sitting next to the door, well, next to the opening where a door used to be, and I would just be like holding on for dear life on the seatbelt just to make sure I don't fall out. And I'd just be like sitting right on the edge of the opening, just looking at everything as we're driving back. Oh, it was so fun. And the thing that I liked about it is it had two seats in the far back that were completely hidden. They just folded downward into the floor. So that's why I took all the other seats out, but I left the seats in the very far back because they folded all the way down into the floor. So you wouldn't even know that there was any seats there. But if for whatever reason I had to pick someone up, all I would do is just pull the seat up and it just locks itself into place. You just pull the seat forward and it just comes out of the ground, and you got seats to fit 3 people. And then also when you pull those seats up, there's a huge dip in the back that you can use as trunk space, so stuff isn't going to be flying around. You can put like a bunch of groceries and stuff in that little dip area where the seat was in. So sometimes I would use that big trunk space. I'd put all the seats up, and then I'd use that huge little dip space down there to put all the groceries so stuff wouldn't fly around. So it was probably the best car ever, even though it was a piece of crap. Like, if it didn't have so many mechanical problems, I would have kept it. And maybe if it got a little bit better gas mileage, even though after I took all that stuff out and even losing the door, it lost so much weight that I did end up getting like another 3 or 4 miles to the gallon. So it did improve the gas mileage a little bit, losing like at least 400 pounds worth of weight. Those seats are heavy. Just the door alone was like 100 pounds. That's probably one of the reasons why it gets kind of crappy gas mileage, because those vans are heavy. Leave me alone. I don't even know how long I want this video to be. Probably either 30 minutes or close to it. Greg has a cavity and gum inflammation and some sort of mouth infection. So I guess that's news. He needs to learn how to brush his teeth normally. He says he brushes his teeth every day, but clearly he doesn't even know how to brush his teeth properly if he has that many problems with his mouth. And it's probably also because he drinks too much soda. Like, I'm drinking soda, but this is sugar-free. 0 sugar, 0 calories. I don't really drink soda. Like, the rare occasions that I would drink soda, I usually just have Sprite because of the memories. I like Sprite just because that was like my childhood soda. Back when I used to always go to Domino's Pizza or Papa John's Pizza, I would always get Sprite. I'd always eat pizza and Sprite. It always reminds me of back in the day when I was like 9 or 10 years old or 8 years old. I don't remember. It was somewhere around back then. I would be at my old house and I would have this white cylinder trash can and I would flip it upside down and use it as a table for my Sprite and my pizza. And I would just be eating pizza and drinking Sprite while I was playing RC Revenge Pro on the PS2. I used to play that game a lot back in the day. I also played WDL Destruction League, Thunder Tanks. I think it was, WDL Thunder Tanks on the PS2. Back in the day, those were like my 2 most played games. Like, my dad would keep renting them from Blockbuster Video, like, over and over and over and over. And after a while, I was wondering, why don't we just buy the games already? Because you keep spending so much money. Like, you've spent like 5 times more money renting them. It just seems like it'd be so much more logical to just buy the damn game because I play it so much. But that was back when Blockbuster Video was a thing. Everything's digital now. So, like, physical stores dedicated for entertainment, like movies and TV shows and video games, there's not really much of a purpose for that kind of thing. That's why Blockbuster is like a relic at this point. That dog wants something. It's not attention because that dog is a freak. That dog wants my food. I didn't finish my rice. So yeah, Greg went to the dentist at like 3. He left for the dentist at 3. So he left like not even an hour ago. And then I'm exhausted, so I was just waiting for my rice to finish. And then I just jumped in the pool. Normally I was gonna just go swimming and do some exercises and play basketball because if you can't already see, there's a basketball hoop right there. I'm gonna play some basketball in the pool. I ended up just making a stupid video instead. But honestly, I've run out of stuff to talk about. I don't really feel like stretching this to 30 minutes. So stay tuned for more videos. Stay busy, everyone.